Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Ellie.
And I'm Nikon.
And together we are Ellie and Nikon. Today we just thought that we would sit down and talk to you about our album because we don't post a lot on YouTube, apart from the shorts, if you're watching those. And we just thought this would be a cool chance to talk about the album and our tracks and how it went and things like that.
I want to look back on this in 5 years' time and be like, oh no.
Oh no.
Look how we looked. Look what we said.
What do you mean?
I love looking back at things like that. This a snapshot in time. This album is a snapshot in time.
This is my Adam Sandler t-shirt because I thought it was Adam Sandler and the listing had Adam Sandler's face, but that's not him. It's a lookalike.
This is my TK Maxx t-shirt XXL.
We wanted to, have a chill chat about the album, the songs on the album, why we wrote them and things like that for anyone who's interested.
It's a one and done podcast episode.
It is. But we do have our own podcast, Els Tells.
Bum. Els Tells. Els Tells. Els Tells. What you telling? Yeah.
We do have our own podcast. I'll leave a link in the description just for good measure. The album is called Such a Classic. Why is it called Such a Classic?
I'm glad you did that because you just said, what's the album called? I just nearly said my hometown.
That's track one. But the album is called Such a Classic. Why is it called Such a Classic?
You're probably better off explaining that. You
don't know.
Well, if you said, why is it called Such a Classic? I'd be like, well, it's a lyric in a song.
It is a lyric in a song. So it says, I don't want to be over dramatic. It's such a classic. This 9 to 5 is hurting me. So it's like, it's really typical. Like, everyone moans about a 9 to 5, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's like that bigger picture of, I like that lyric because it's a different way of saying, we all hate a classic 9 to 5 and the humdrum of everyday life and blah, blah, blah. So it's hopeful. Hello, lady. We have a friend.
This is a little rescue cat and it's very ugly.
No, she's not. She's stunning. You might be able to hear her purring. You'll have to live with that because I can't deny her any love. The other reason why it's called Such a Classic is because obviously you've probably seen from our ridiculous promo videos on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and all that we don't take it seriously. We do take it seriously. We care about music, but we don't take the promo seriously.
We don't take ourselves seriously, do we?
We're aware that it's a bit ridiculous that, you have to do, dances and stuff like that on TikTok to get your song heard and whatever. So we're taking the mick. But we're also taking the mick because classic albums usually sell millions and millions of copies.
Yeah, we were taking the mick as if someone was talking about this album saying, oh, it's such a classic.
Yeah. But, if it was ever played on radio, be like, oh, this is the debut album from Ellie Nikon. Such a classic. As if it's a compliment.
As if it's going to get on radio.
Yeah.
Can we confirm to date how many radio stations this songs have been played on?
Zero. Absolutely zero. Well, no, actually, we do. By the time this comes out, we have a couple of local radio stations that are going to play us.
Summer Valley FM?
Yeah, Summer Valley FM. Love that. Thank you very much. And Blackpool Community Radio, our mate, is going to play us there.
We love that.
So actually, Community Radios is where it's at, guys.
Right, so last year we were going to release 12 singles last year, one each month.
Yeah.
We realised what a mammoth task that would have been.
Yes.
So we chopped it down to one every other month. 6 songs we released last year.
Yeah, we did.
And our last single came out in December, then all of a sudden there's an album dropped in July. So where did it come from? What was we weren't even going to do it, I think. Even in October, we hadn't decided.
We had enough songs ready to go. We were like, we'll just do EPs or we'll do more singles and blah, blah, blah. But realistically, it's one of those things where it was about time that we did an album. We've been doing music together 13 years,
God,
something
too
like
long.
that.
Yeah.
So it was time.
A friend said to us just before Christmas, don't wait for permission to make something like an album. When you're 16, right, and you have this vision that the first album will be when we're signed. We'll get signed, make the first album. That's never going to happen. And I think it was just that nod from a friend to just say, don't wait for permission. You've been doing this for ages. You've got enough.
Yeah.
You sound good enough. Do it. Make an album.
I think there was also that thing of we were always a bit like, oh yeah, but is it good enough? Because you can get away with EPs not sounding like the best. But because we do it all ourselves, so we do the songwriting together, we do the recording at home, literally behind us right here, we do the mixing, the mastering, all of it is just us two from home. Even the instruments are all Nikon playing the instruments, and backing vocals is us, it's our family, and so it feels a bit like...
it's proper homegrown. There's no management behind it, there's no label, there's no money, there's no nothing.
Often people think that independent artists are they have nothing. But these days, if you hear I'm an independent artist, That can just mean
there's still a manager, there's still money,
there's
still
a team, there's like, you know, they're paying session musicians and all that, but it's there's a difference between our kind of independent. I mean, we are on our own. That's it, you know? It was always sort of holding me back personally. I don't know about you, but it was holding me back from making an album because I was thinking, is it worth doing when it's just us? But the difference is, and I genuinely feel, I might be cringing at myself in a few years' time, but I genuinely feel like this album is the best thing that we've written. It's the best thing we've mixed. It's the best thing we've released.
To date, which is why. Which is why.
Hopefully it'll get better, not worse.
It's a snapshot in time, and that's why I love it. Because I think, like, I'm such a perfectionist. I could go back now to the first EPs and re-record and re-tinker with all of those session files. But they're a snapshot from 2018. And we know they're not record label quality, but they're a little EP from which is fresh out of uni. Little EPs, a Gahan. There's not even a little EP. It's not even a drum kit. It's it's a friend on a Gahan, and it's like it's rough and ready.
There is a part of me that wants to go back and delete those like really badly, but then I stop myself because I think who cares? And I think
that's what it was. That's what it was in 2018. That's like, as good as it was. And this will be like I said, I want to look back on this and be like, gosh, that album.
What I mean is, like, I would like our first impressions that people have of us now to be from this album rather than from, like, the 2018 first ever EP, because I don't want people to think that's what we sound like now.
No, I know that, but I hate when, like, bands and stuff go back and do that, because you do see them sometimes.
Oh, it's still bangers. They're still bangers.
I know, but they get signed on stuff, and then all the old stuff is gone. I'm just like...
Yeah, but the difference is that that's the stuff that got them popular, whereas ours hasn't done anything. Yeah. So that's different, because it's like we're just giving the wrong first impression. But then I think, who really cares? We've got less than 100 monthly listeners, and I appreciate them sticking with us. And if they want to listen to the old stuff, let them. I'm happy.
I love it.
You know, the album was kind of born out of no one else is coming, so we better do it.
No one's going to make it for you, so make it yourself. Yeah. And it was just that small bit of permission and the little push. We turned around quick from probably November, December.
We'd already written the songs, that's the thing though.
Yes.
We knew that, well, most of them. And then we wrote Hometown and After We Say Goodbye were the last two that we wrote for this album. We started by recording Hometown because I just had a little feeling in my gut about that one. I can't explain it. I was just like, let's record Hometown, see how we go. Originally, we were going to release the album in like September, so we were going to give ourselves more time.
Well, no, it was going to be earlier. It was going to be 25th of May.
Yeah, no, but then we changed it and I said, right,
we realised that was tight.
September, because the front cover vibe suited coming out in September, really. But then when I heard that it was our 5-year wedding anniversary on the 25th of July, and I was like, July is a great time to do a gig as well, like a launch gig. So it all just kind of came together. But so talking about the front cover then, because we're wearing these massive coats in the front cover.
Thrift shop
vibes.
Yeah.
They were 15 quid each in the next sale in Clark's Village. Remember?
I remember.
And at the time I said to you, this is great value. Why don't we do something like this? Because then it doesn't matter where the photo is, doesn't matter what it is, it's going to look amazing with these coats. And I remember you were like, no, why do we need the coats? I'm like, just trust me. So we actually took that photo before we started recording anything.
Yeah, around some dingy garages, didn't we?
So everyone in our hometown will know those garages.
We put the photo up and someone commented saying, that's by the Weend, isn't it? Which is like these old garages that for the past 50 years, people have been going kicking footballs up against.
I had this vision, right? Because it's such a classic and it's all these like juxtapositions of like, you know, the glamorous and the not glamour, the successful and the not successful and things like that. I was like, right, let's go ridiculous. Let's put a red carpet out, which also we say in one of the songs. Really make it glamour, but in the worst place possible. So that's why we're doing these like really like smolder faces in the cover as well. Like it's all just ironic and fun. It's not serious. But it's so funny though, because you see these AI things on Meta on Facebook. They got it wrong because I posted something really funny. One of our just stupid promo videos being like, we're so famous, we're struggling to cope with the fame. And the AI said, Ellie Nikon seem to be struggling with their fame and everything that comes with being famous. And I'm like, this is so funny.
It can't take
It doesn't
sarcasm.
get it. It doesn't get it.
No, it can't take sarcasm at all.
That was kind of why we're in those outfits.
So
and
did you have the cover before the album?
Yeah. Because
before we even recorded anything?
Yeah.
We were committed then.
Because the one thing that was stressing me out about the album is getting a good cover. Because so my mum is the one who takes the photos, and my dad comes and helps and like films the sort of behind the scenes stuff that you would have seen on our Insta and TikTok and all that.
With Ant and Deck.
Ellie Nikon, innit? We are really struggling to handle the rise to fame that we've had. The budget has gone astronomical.
Sorry about the knickers.
So this is our location today. Beautiful film set for a million-selling album.
I'm sorry, that was serving. It's killing my thighs, guys.
2 coats in the next sale.
15
quid each. We didn't bother blowing any of the budget on the photographer.
Such a classic.
Standing my dear. Please, can we actually make this the cover instead? We've been taking our album cover.
This is high fashion, Nikon. Wow, you got the strut. Dad's got the strut on too.
Oh yeah,
Mum's
you saw
had
me
a
lean on the
sparkling
barrier.
scope.
The whole of that behind you, where you're leaning.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
You're very pretty.
I look quite pretty.
I look quite pretty.
She's not a photographer.
Obviously not.
She's my mum with a camera, you know?
Yeah.
So the cover came from a landscape photo, right? I cropped it in and I thought that's actually got a vibe to it, you know? Because I'm like lent on you, the coats to kind of blend into each other. And then I adjusted the colours so it had a really like warm, like, but it feels a bit like, if I do say so myself, the oldie covers of like Simon and Garfunkel, where it's just them and a vibe and a colour scheme, and that's it. It's not even a very like clear photo. It's not crystal clear. It's not, but it has a vibe. So that was how the cover was born. And honestly, we have so much fun on those days as well. But if you remember, that same day we actually filmed a live version of Hometown.
Yeah,
But it wasn't quite the same. So in Hometown we do the slide of like high and low, right? The original didn't have the slide. It was high, two notes, and we did it like that in that clip.
In the live video, yeah.
That's why but in the live video we were like, should we make it a slide? So that was where that bit was born from, was just being out and about and singing it more live.
First song is Hometown. It's called My Hometown. My Tomehound.
My Tomehound. Show us the canvas. On Spotify, it allows you to upload just a little clip that just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. I don't know if that will show because of the light on your phone. Tilt it forward. Okay, well, you can go and have a look at it on Spotify, but every song has a canvas. So this one is a throwback to Christmas. So at Christmas, we got all of our family to come upstairs to our bedroom and record the backing vocals to the very last chorus.
Sing for their supper, wouldn't it? We get lots of people come for Christmas, don't we?
It's basically like open house for Christmas. There's like so many chairs available and our family come over and it's great. There's like 25 of us minimum every year.
And we made everyone sing. But the song is about our hometown, which no other artist has ever done.
Wow, I've never heard of that
No one's
before.
ever done it before.
But so every single lyric is a reference to something real that has happened, or I think there's one in there where I say the park I had my first kiss in. That was like not true. I didn't have my first kiss in a park, but I had my first like date with someone in a park, and which is so random. But so that's more like hopeful.
It's a lie.
That's what should have happened.
So the song's not based on truth.
It is. Everything else is a real reference. That's the only one that isn't. Church when parents got married is literally just down the hill. The pub where we said goodbye to Uncle Gary, we had Gary's wake in the Old King's Head in Wirral, which is where we did our album launch gig, which we'll talk about in a minute. What other references are there? Oh, there's the house on Halloween that we went and egged and rhyming with pregnant is really good.
That's Bob Dylan level, that is.
Yeah, thank you. So we went out one Halloween and me and my sister knocked on the door of this woman, and we were so young, we were dressed as little witches, we were absolutely adorable, and she slammed the door in our face and we were gutted, and we got back in the car with mum and dad and we were like, oh, we don't want to go anywhere else, we're just a bit like, nah, I just want to go home. Like, ruined the spirit, you know. And my dad's like, we're going to the shop, we're going to go get some eggs. And so we did a drive-by egging of this woman's house and it was great. And it's one of my best memories because it took something that like she really upset us. Like, miserable, innit? Just say happy Halloween. Chuck us a quid and we'll be on our way. But yeah, so that's real, and we genuinely love where we come from. I think there's a lot of people who hate on their hometowns, and they're all about getting out and moving and getting away, get up, get out. It's all the same with you. Whereas I have the opposite opinion. I love where I live, and I love my own.
Love that small town. It came really quickly. I don't remember writing it really. Do you? It came quick. I know it was one of those. You know, you get some songs where you have to work for ages because you've got one bit of it like a chorus. And then the verses don't come for weeks. I think Hometown wrote quite quickly, didn't it?
Hold the phony though. If you remember, like months and months before, I wrote down like how I want, and I said to you in the car when we were out on a drive, I said, I really want to write a song about the fact that like you can drive past a place that you know and it feels familiar, and you can go through your hometown, you can go, that's where that happened and that's where that happened, and you can't do that anywhere else apart from where you've lived for a long time.
You had the idea for the song months before.
Yes.
But you didn't actually write any lyrics or chords. You were just like, I want to write a song about my hometown.
Yeah.
Which no other artist has ever done ever.
It's honestly such a unique
You're
idea.
like, I want to break ground.
Yeah.
I want to push the envelope.
Trail blazed. So yeah, that's the first song. It's like the equivalent of Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso. Is in terms of it's the song I would choose to be like a lead single.
It's my top 3 song on the album.
Ooh, what are the other 2?
Stay a While.
Really? We'll get to that.
Stay a While's my favourite, and
I love After We Say Goodbye. I love Chew Me Up for the vibes.
Chew Me Up, Hometown, and Stay a While.
I love them all for different reasons though. I've been high and I've searched low. Nothing compares to the streets I know. Been everywhere and all around. There's like nothing beats the comfort of my hometown. Never lets me down. 'Cause you girl let me down. Into the second verse. And my parents got married. But we'll say goodbye to Uncle Gary. It's nice because it turns starter. The pub where we said goodbye to Uncle Gary. The church where see the church from back. What?
See the
church where my parents got married.
This is what I mean. So I'm trying to understand your phrase.
that
You're
is
trying to
it.
understand my phrase.
No, I just forgot.
And we're just trying to back and
No,
forth.
it's because the C is long. Where my parents got married. The pub where we said goodbye to Uncle Gary. Wait. The park I had my first kiss in. The first kiss in. Right. Yeah.
The park
I had my first.
I didn't have had a where I had like the park I had my first kiss in.
No, it doesn't need the where.
The park I had my
First kiss in.
And then what does it say?
It was just to let me tell you again, so that it goes back into the sick chorus.
The park I had my
First kiss in.
I think it needs one more line like
Yeah, something with friends.
First
kiss in. Some boys football we'd be kicking.
We'd be kicking.
Yeah, it sounds nicer.
Some boys
football we'd be kicking.
The park I had my first kiss in. Some boys football we'd be kicking.
So let me tell you again. No. It doesn't need that Mikey chord. No, it doesn't need the Mikey chord. So let me tell you again. I've been high. I would even go quiet.
So let me tell you again.
I've been high, such low.
Yeah, can we try this without the capo?
So the next song is
Anything But Wet.
You say that joke all the time. You think that's so funny.
I've just realised that the canvas is just us messing around in a field, but it's Dad in the background with a mop and a Britney Spears headset and a pair of sunglasses chewing gum.
Is it sound man?
It's just as the sound man.
Nothing But Dry. What's it about?
Not about us. Because sometimes we kind of do these stories, don't we? like a country story, and kind of make up something and then write about that. Not
Yes.
even deliberately. We don't like sit down and think, let's write a story. It's kind of just you're just writing a song and you realise it's not about you. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm not sat there thinking.
Yes, but the lyrics were inspired by the fact that you were like, I can't cry. I have the inability to cry, and I was like, okay, that's great. That's literally where I got that from. How can I
Really?
cry when the tears ain't coming, like trying to drive when the engine ain't running? That
I
whole
never realised
bit
that.
was inspired by the fact that you were like, I can't cry. I can't cry anymore. I just can't cry. That, and like literally I was like, how can I cry? That's literally,
I never realised that.
yeah.
But it kind of then, as it wrote, it was not about us.
No, yeah, no, it's more that general thing of like, you know, people in life keep going back and they have the same bad habits and they get back together and they break up again. So it's just like, I haven't got any tears left to cry because we'll be back together in a minute, but I'm out now again on my own. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Generally inspired by people who are in a circle and a cycle and they can't get out of it, but they're not even crying about it anymore. It's just what they do and it's just how their relationship works.
What was that song? Was it by Robert Plant? Yeah, Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, and the album is Raising Sand.
Yeah, and we just listened to. We were recommended.
Was it Gone, 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 Gone?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. We'll
that-
get copyrighted if you play
No,
it.
yeah, I'm not going to play it. That for me, yeah, Gone, Gone, Gone by Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. We were shown it, and not that was the inspiration, but I think that was a bit of the inspiration for the sound. It definitely
100%.
was.
It was that thing of like, you can always tell what we've been listening to recently when we've written a song, and that was one of them. And just a lot of country stuff, because like, for example,
Yeah, that
if you
Raising
listen,
Sand sound on that.
if you
definitely
listen
is
to
in that.
something like Chew Me Up, that for me definitely has more of a like the vaccines thing, because we
Noah
went
and
through
the
the
Whale,
vaccine
yeah.
stage. Like, so you can definitely hear our influences accidentally. We don't go, oh, we want that to sound like that. It just
No.
comes out like that. But also the other thing with Nothing But Dry is we often play Jackson as a cover. And I wanted something that was fast, felt country and wordy, that we could like, you know, really kind of belt at a festival. And being able to be like, I mean, one of my favourite lines on the whole album is, I wish I could spit out this humble pie. Like, it's so, I just love that line. I think it's so playful and cool. And I wish I could spit out this humble pie. It just tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is all about, you know, not taking someone's advice on a relationship and going through the motions again and again and not actually being happy and all that. Breaking up, getting back together. It's all the inspiration for it.
Not stuff we've done.
No. Ain't nothing but dry.
How can I cry when the tears ain't coming? It's like trying to drive when the engine ain't running. I used to wail, but now when I try, these eyes ain't nothing but dry. Oh, I'm stuck here on the corner. Come on round, I want you. Come on now.
And I think it should be more like, I'm stuck on the corner, I'm out in the rain. Don't know if I'll ever feel the same again. You know what I mean?
I'm stuck here on the corner.
Why is he on the corner?
I don't know, it just needs to be like, what was your word?
Do that bit again. So, ain't nothing but dry. Right. But go back to that half bit. So, corner.
Oh, I'm stuck here on the corner. Out here in the rain.
There ain't a single tear on my face.
And a single
Oh, tear on my... No, but slow down the on my. So it's like, there ain't a single tear on my face.
on my face.
What you got left me to the gutter again. Now you've left me to the gutter again. However you want to
Yeah.
phrase that, really.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be quite bluesy country.
Now you left me to the gutter
I'm
again.
a simple man with an honest job. You didn't appreciate what you got. Now you've gone and left me to the gutter again. Do you know what I mean?
Third song, Stay a While. I think this is my favourite on the album.
Tell us why.
We don't really play it live because it's a bit hard to play it live.
We did play it live at a festival, and it just doesn't have the same vibe without the band.
Yeah.
It does, and it's still very good, but I feel like it's a little bit more of a personal song, so it's not as entertaining live. It starts with, I'm writing songs with the same old chords. It's very much like us singing.
Yeah, this one is a bit more about us. The Canvas was the album launch gig at the Old King's Head in Will, which is the pub that we said goodbye in hometown. I remember that we wrote that where we write all these songs, which is where
In the shower?
Yeah, not that I'm in the shower with a guitar. I'm not that lame. You are in the shower, and then often I come like wandering in with the guitar like around my neck to just annoy you, really. And do you remember we did the "Stay a While"?
Yeah.
But that was a song which did not write quickly. The verses, the verses took forever to come. I really like the verses. I mean, it's my favourite song on the album.
My
It came
favourite.
after.
My favourite bit of this song, though, and I think I'm a genius, which is like, do what you will with that. But there's a bit that I was just really happy I came up with, which was, "You're just a bookmark in my life to remind me of how far I've come since that break down my spine from when I used to call you mine." Oh, because it's that thing of like, yeah, poetry. Because
English
no, but it's
literature.
T.S. Eliot. You leave like marks in people's story, in people's life. And like, for example, how everyone now says, oh, that was pre-COVID. Like, that's a serious break in everyone's life where you can reference before or after. So it was that idea of like, you have a person come into your life and leave, and you then have a before that person and after that person.
That's really cool.
Deep.
I mean, you write the lyrics, really. I come up with the odd lyric. That's very kind of you to say I help. I do the music, really.
I know, but I'll tell you why it works. And this, I don't mean this in a funny way. I genuinely mean this. You will give me a suggestion, and then I'll say no, but then it gives me the reason why I said no. Like, no, that feels too happy. No, that feels too sad. No, that feels too typical. Like that it inspires me and triggers my ideas. Yeah. And then I know what I want. I
can't write lyrics. I can. They're very bad. They're cheese-tastic.
Because I know I'm going to edit this, I could easily put in some corkers of you, some little videos.
If you've got any voice notes.
Blast from the past.
If I could run 100 miles, I would run it for you. I would sprint it for you, and you wouldn't have known. If I owned something that was mine, babe, I'd give it all to you, hand everything to you, but I own nothing. And if I had a loving heart, honey, I love you, and I can only hope for the best of you.
I bet we have voice notes galore from this. If I have voice notes,
do you have the one of the
do
you have the one in the shower of us being like, stay a while?
I might.
Look as it goes, just in I found. Don't back around. Don't you wanna stay a while? Don't you wanna stay? Don't you wanna stay a while? Don't you always come back?
No, it's
melody, you know you always come back around. Recently I found.
weird phrase.
No, it goes, but it's like a beat like this instead.
I wouldn't phrase it.
It's like, you know you always come back around. Recently I found.
You're just a bookmark in my life to remind me of how far I've come since that break down my spine. From when I used to call you mine, because I put the break in the wrong place.
Are we going to say my spine?
Down the spine.
It needs to be my spine, doesn't it?
Used to call you
it's fine, because it can be my spine as in the spine of my book. It still works.
Since that break down my spine, where I used to call you mine.
The song.
I wanted it to feel like still wow, like a dun dun.
Yeah,
dun,
and we had the capo it was on. We had the C into the F, and it was just. And that was it.
We never write that. We never use C, F and G.
Every song.
Yeah, that's it really for Stay a While. There's not really a lot more to say, just that the lyrics were completely from us, because there's a bit there where it's like, I'll sing like nobody's listening, because really actually they ain't. that's us taking the mick out of ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we know that not a lot of people listen to our songs. And that's fine. We're so comfortable with the fact that we do it for ourselves. And
100%. Because
it's finding the value in doing music without it being financial or a massive fan base. We just love that anyone would listen to what we make.
100%. I genuinely would do it if 2 people listening, or 200 or 2,000 or 200,000. Not to belittle our music, it's not the be all and end all. All the eggs aren't in the basket. You do so many other things. You do L's Tells, or you do your L Smart, and loads of other stuff. You work, and I work a full-time job, and I have a career, and and friends, and other hobbies, and computer gaming, and YouTube. I'm like,
obviously, we'd love to be the next
100%
big thing, but you got to be realistic.
Exactly. If this provided more, I would make it more of a focal point in my life. But at the moment, it's pure passion. Which I think is the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's a focal point, but it's a passion point rather than a financial point. That for me is really what Stay a While is about. Even though the chorus is more sort of like universal and obviously about like someone always coming back to you and always wanting to have a conversation with you, whatever. The main thing for me is it's about music and it's about our journey in life and all of that.
Yeah. Next up, Chew Me Up. What's the canvas on this? Oh my God.
It's us on the red carpet that I was talking about.
Yeah, us walking down the red carpet in the windy weend.
Because we'd cropped the cover photo, we didn't get to actually have the red carpet in the cover. So I made sure to put it in the canvas so that you still got the vibes and the idea.
Us with a red carpet down by a load of dirty garages.
Yeah.
I love it.
Chew Me Up is all about hating the big city.
I just want to play the chord progression on it. I wrote the chord progression, do you remember? And it was like... that's all I started with.
Yeah.
And it was like, and that, because normally you'd just be like D to G. But I just love that we added a little... And that, for me, gives it all the energy. Yeah, gives it a bop, and I loved it. This is one of my favourite songs to play because it's so fun to play. And then you go to the E, and it's like... And I love it. It's the most bop to play.
So we have bangers, which are bangers. We have sangers, which are sad bangers. And then we have bops, and that's a bop.
It's a banging bop.
It's a banging bop, yeah. But do you know what I mean, though? Like, there's a difference. There's a difference.
But even though we had just that guitar bit, when we started recording it, then it came to life even more. Because once we added the piano, the drums, the bass... The harp.
The harp is the tea.
All of it coming in, and then it became what it was, which was this really kind of upbeat, fun. That's what it is.
I really liked it anyway, because the... verses for me where we're in harmony and it's right down here and it's like, they say the big city is romantic, like it has such a lushness about it anyway, but then when it goes chew me up and spit me out with the riff of genius, if I do say so myself. I even love how it feels really fun because it starts with the 2 3 go,
which is Dad as well coming in to do a 2 3 4, because Dad always does a 2 3 4.
Yeah,
on 1 2 3 4.
On at least a single last year, an EP, everything, there's always a 1 2 3 4 or a 2 3 4 or a 3 4 from Dad.
Because it's just become a thing.
It's just a thing.
He always
it's a tradition.
does it.
If you listen carefully, especially in headphones, I love Chew Me Up in headphones. When we do, I don't want to be over dramatic, you can hear me go, like a sigh. So it has like a couple more quirky, fun things, which was majorly inspired by Sabrina Carpenter and just how much fun she puts into her tracks and things like that. So yeah, that for me adds to the personality is there on Chew Me Up. They say the big city is romantic, ain't it tragic? Look what it's done to me. Then I don't know what else. What's the chords? Staccato 1.
D, E minor, G, A sus4.
A sus4.
They say the big city is romantic, ain't it tragic? Look what it's done to me. I was a creature of habit, now I'm frantic, losing all my self-esteem. I'm in a high-rise block, looks like I forgot.
Without a doubt,
I'll be back without a doubt.
and now roll red carpet.
Now roll the red carpet out.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another chew me up and spit me out.
Track 5, sad one. Giving
A
up on you.
sanger.
It's a sanger.
Giving Up on You.
The canvas is our cat Dolly, just on a roof of next door neighbour's garage, which they used to just sit up there all the time.
Yeah, they're indoor cats now because one of them had an eye injury.
We've had a run in.
You're a catio cat now.
We've had cats run over in the past, haven't you? So.
Bring up the
All
cheer.
right, sorry. With this, it's a sad song.
This song is called Giving Up on You.
Do I know what this song's about?
No.
I don't write any of them. I do the music. Again, I just like...
feel like it's kind of self-explanatory because it's kind of like getting to a point where you're like, right, we're ending it now. I'm giving up, and that's it. We struggle to write sad songs, don't we?
That is quite a sad song.
It is.
The time is all we truly have, innit? It's all
I
like...
was very happy with the I Won't Waste a Grain of Sand on You, because then you're thinking obviously about the
Sand Timer, yeah.
Sand Timer.
Yeah.
And I was quite happy with that.
I got that from, yeah.
Before we did this album, we had a conversation about how we wanted it to sound. And I remember saying
Oh God, that was a
BBC
hard
Live
one.
Lounge.
Yeah, no, but as in like talking about to get 12 songs when we're not professional, as in like I don't have a label or a mixing engineer or a mastering engineer or a producer or anything. Trying to make 12 songs sound like they're part of one cohesive project.
Yeah.
Is a nightmare. So it comes down to us making sure that it's the same guitar, the same vocals, the same piano plugins, the same drum kind of machine plugins.
However,
to make it all sound like it's been done by one band in one room, even though they're different songs.
Yes, and that is the vibe that we wanted in terms of like I said, we want a live lounge sound because we don't want to like go crazy and make it not like a sound that we could achieve again realistically live.
Yeah, not
However,
overproduced.
It still has really good up and down. And this song is the down. Giving Up on You's purpose is to bring the album right back in and get you listening and sad, basically. And it's a major contrast because we brought it right up here for Chew Me Up and you're all buzzing. So the only place to go is right back down.
Yeah.
Capo on 4.
GNC, very
Wow.
creative.
Time is all we truly have. I won't waste a grain of sand on you. You go your way, I'll go mine. We'll see if we can find dun, 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 dun. Something like that. You go your way, I'll go mine. We'll see if we can find something that's true.
Next song, Talk to Me, which the canvas is a cat again. Is this Mulan?
That's Mulan.
So this is our other cat, Mulan, she actually has quite a cloudy eye in that, if you see it.
Because she was injured. This I wanted to use as the canvas because obviously Talk to Me is the song that I sing, but also it's because I was doing work on the album as she came over to harass me. So that's why I think it's really cute because I was literally doing stuff. I can't remember what it was, but I remember it might have even been editing the photos for the cover or something, but I was working on it and she came over and was, loving me. And obviously we're cat people, love our cats.
This song, if you were to say to me, was quite inspired by Jesse Wells, who does all the kind of political, kind of modern Bob Dylan kind of thing.
War isn't murder,
Yeah,
good men don't die. Yeah, on TikTok.
And I think that was probably our version on that kind of ilk. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
In our way, with our way of doing things.
I was looking at the lyrics and I was thinking, what do I want to say? And I'm like, well, I hate the fact that everyone's getting Botox these days and I'm trying to be all like body positive and all that.
Oh, flabber jabber.
Everyone's getting the flabber jabber and losing weight the wrong way and also like how awful is it that we're like watching stuff online. I'm like just chilling, scrolling through and then everyone's like, look at these diet pills. And I'm like, oh, really? Obviously it's inspired a lot by what it's like to be a woman and the whole reproductive rights thing and Roe v. Wade in America being overturned and all of that, just put that all in one mind, in one thought for an evening. And then I thought, what am I doing? Like worrying about how I look and blah, 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 when there are actual big things going on in the world. So it's just basically a thought spiral song about all the different things that worry me. And then thinking, actually, I'm such a small part of the world and how I look doesn't matter. And I think as well, I don't want people to think that the song came out of insecurity because that's not true. Because I think I'm quite a confident person in general.
Quite.
What?
Very.
You think? Well,
You're not quite a confident person.
we all have our insecurities, but what I'm saying is I didn't write it as a, oh no, I'm insecure song. It's more of a, here's everything that I'm thinking, and I know that we all have a lot of the same thoughts and feelings and thought spirals, so let's put it all in a song and then chill, basically.
Your mum and dad weren't sold on it to start with.
Tell the story.
We played it to them in the lounge, didn't we? And they weren't keen.
They didn't like it.
Biting social comment. What was
You can just get a vibe as well. They was like, oh, cool. Rather than being like, that was so good, love it, blah, blah, blah. Like, we play them a couple and like that are on the album and they'd be like, wow, that's amazing. That's my favourite one. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. This one, they were like, So instead, we put it on social media and we were just going to put it as a social media song.
Yeah, just a TikTok song, not on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got quite a few views and quite a few likes and a comment saying, when is this being released? And I was like,
it's got to go on the album.
Going on, innit? Yeah. And originally we were like, oh, should we just put it as a bonus track and it can just be acoustic or whatever? But then we were like, why are we doing this song a disservice just because mum and dad ain't keen? But it's ironic because after we put it on social media, the next day they're like, what was that song? That's amazing. We love it. Why haven't you shown us that song?
Maybe we just played it really bad when we wrote it.
What's a girl gotta do? But I do think it's one of those songs where reading the lyrics as you hear it definitely helps. But I'm proud of that song from the point of view of I've had quite a few people say they relate to it, and I appreciate that because I think it's some of the most honest stuff I've written. Not thinking about writing a good song, just thinking about what I want to say. Originally, you were going to sing the second verse.
Yes, we scrapped that. That was the right choice. That was the right choice. The chorus, though, reminds me very much of Paul Heaton. Very much so. Insecurities, talk to me. Eager to relate to somebody. It is very Paul Heaton. In my head, that's it.
I love Paul Heaton.
It feels like that vibe.
Big up in my shoes, but they are the size we got.
I'm in controlling laws around reproductive rights.
Walk a mile in these shoes, but they are the size we got.
Men controlling laws
and reproductive rights. They say there's not a war when we're ignoring the signs.
But you're missing the signs.
You're missing the signs, or we're ignoring the signs?
No, I think missing.
Right. They say we're not at war and you're ignoring the signs.
Missing the signs.
Be so big in the world, so small. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, really melancholic.
Call Me Tom, your dad loves this one. And the Canva is me at my best mate Sam's wedding, just messing about on a play equipment.
To be honest, by this point I was running out of little videos that we had and I just thought, that's hilarious, we'll go for that one. Because you sing this one. So I was like, it has to be you.
I sing quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We write songs, but a lot of them just sound better in Nikon's like tone because obviously we do harmonies, so it has to be in the right key for both of us. So yeah, you do take the lead on quite a few of these, but I think it works well. Call Me Tom.
I don't really remember writing this one either. It feels like lifetimes ago now.
I remember.
You know when you're at the other side of like the album being done?
I remember this. We were going along the seafront and so when we're going along, I just have notes on my phone. And if I have inspiration, I'll write it down. And I just wrote down, Call Me Tom, because I can be petty.
Yes, that's where it came from. It's where it started.
Because I just found that idea like hilarious. Like how we would speak to each other if we were like bantering and you'd be like, oh, you're so petty. And be like, call me Tom then. Well, call me Tom. Do you know what I mean? Like it's that sort of back and forth banter. So I wrote it down and was like, yeah, call me Tom because I can be petty. But it was also inspired by one of my best friends who broke up with this guy. They had a long-term relationship. Now she's a completely different, more confident person. So that's where that line of, I can be all the things that you wouldn't let me be. So it's like allowing yourself, yeah, I can be petty if I want to now because you're not part of my life. I'll do what I want.
Do you know the only bit I think I wrote? Whoa! At the start.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
And that's because I'm obsessed with hooks. I hate a wasted opportunity for a hook. And for me, every single... That's because I grew up listening to The Killers, Queen.
Yeah.
People who have a hook in everything. Not just what the lead singer's doing, but in the bass line, in what the drums are doing, and what the guitar and what the piano...
Backing vocals.
Yeah, everything should and could be a hook.
So it goes...
What's the chords and stuff? Capital 3.
Capital 3, D, and it goes... Oh, I wonder if you look in the rearview mirror for me. And all the influence I had in shaping you into who you want to be. Oh, call me Tom, cause I can be petty, yeah, I can be be all the things that you wouldn't let me be. And I ain't gonna wait and wanna here for you. Into the second verse, it'll be like, oh, your confidence was shot until I came along and made you feel good. And now you use your confidence to go along and speak to other girls who shouldn't be next to a taken guy anyway. Oh, call me Tom, cause I can be petty. I can be all the things that you wouldn't let me be. And I ain't
But
gonna
there it should,
wanna
the second time, instead of saying you wouldn't let me be, it should be something about him not being ready.
So the new chorus is, oh, you can be out, but I ain't your Betty though. I let you in, it's clear you weren't ready to grow up and build something that's gonna live longer than you. Call me Tom, cause I can be petty. I can be all the things that you wouldn't let me be. My heart's not gonna go free, falling for you. Yeah, you might be out, but I ain't your Betty though. I let you in, it's clear you weren't ready to grow up and build something that's gonna live longer than you.
And then you went, "Do you know what this needs?"
Oh, at the start, and then then the song comes straight in.
I think I really like the bit though. I wonder if you're checking in the rear view mirror for me, hoping that I'm chasing you, but you're the one who wanted to leave. Love that, because I feel like obviously it's self-explanatory, but like that thing of like they bin you off, and then they want you to chase them. No.
I want to talk about our songwriting in general. We are so quick in terms of like so even if you think about just that, right? We are in the chorus within like 20 seconds. We've had an intro. Right. Oh, verse 1. I wonder if you're checking in the rearview mirror for me. Things to leave. Then we're in the chorus like within 20 seconds. And I remember having
that was almost the song itself.
I remember having a conversation with God, and this is thrown back to Dave, my stepdad. I remember having a conversation with my stepdad when I was about 12, and he was like first showing me how to play guitar and bits and bobs. And he was always talking about fast songwriting that the Beatles used to do. You know when you're a moody teen and you listen to things like Jeff Buckley and long songs that go on a long time. Hallelujah is like 5 minutes.
Hallelujah.
It's too long. And I just remember having the conversation about what's impressive is the Beatles, in and out. And when we started songwriting together, you shared that kind of philosophy of just in and out. Don't waste time with an intro. Don't waste time with a bridge and a pre-chorus. And that, like, I feel like Call Me Tom is very much our songwriting style, which is straight in. 20 seconds, you're in the pre-chorus.
Yeah.
At 2 minutes, the song's done. We've done 2 verses, 2 choruses, a middle 8, an intro, and the song's done.
The thing is, it's not necessarily like a conscious decision to be like, right, we need that. It's just
you just don't mess around. It just like literally don't mess.
We have never, like together, been those people who write those slow, intimate, long songs.
Because you don't get away with playing them in the small pubs and bits and bobs that we play.
Yeah,
that's
let's be
what
real.
it is.
Like
no one's listening to that at a pub.
No one's listening to our problems. Like that's why we will never play "Giving Up on You" live, because people don't care, and that is it. Things like "Giving Up on You" are for people who are at home alone on Spotify, like feeling their feelings. You know, like "Deafening," our song from last year. I know I'm guilty of feeling my feelings too hard. That is a song to listen to on your own and like have a bit of a cry. Whereas we prefer, and they come easier, the upbeat, fun songs, like, you know.
Something that would grab my attention. When I go...
Would you carry me?
Your mum loves this song. What's this about? Oh, the canvas is... So it's you and your sister doing the bird with the Blues Brothers in Universal Theme Park in Florida.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I chose that because it's Blues Brothers, because of Gary.
That's brilliant.
When I Go is obviously a song about death. This is what I mean. We don't write sad songs, really. And all the songs that we have that are inspired by death are pretty much all upbeat. However, this one does make me emotional. I feel like this really hits when you get to the chorus. I saw a clip of Shane MacGowan's funeral where all of his mates were carrying his coffin, and then they were all dancing, like later on. I think they were dancing to Fairy Tale in New York or something, but they were all having a really good time. Isn't it weird that the last thing that you can do for a person is like carry their coffin? So deep, but it is where it was it is where it came from. And so it's like, when I go, would you carry me? Is that thing of like, you know, you kind of, yeah, that's your last act that you can do for someone, is carry their coffin. The verses remind you to just live your life. Don't keep a grave. Don't waste the flowers. Just think that it does what it says on the tin. Like, it's someone reminding you that you don't have to have a place where you go back to. You don't have to have the sort of negativity attached to a place. Keep going in your life and don't worry about me. It's kind of the vibe.
Do you remember writing that? Because again, I don't know. Because it's such like a loud chorus. I can't imagine we wrote that in like a quiet, dingy bedroom at 3 a.m. and be like,
yeah, but we did though. We did though.
I can't remember writing it. I remember saying that the verse again because I'm obsessed with like I remember the verse needs to. We did the chorus first. I remember that. We did the when I go.
When I go, won't you carry me? And
then we didn't have a verse. And I remember saying, well, whatever the verse is, I don't care what the words say, they need to be like follow a hook. So that's why I was like da 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 da. And I remember writing the melody and the chords to you first, say it needs to follow this. It needs to go da 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 da, which for me I felt like was something memorable. And then you came up with the brilliant words. Because that's what you do. You can just like come up with brilliant lyrics.
Thank you. The power of this song though is in the production, because the only reason why the chorus feels so massive is because you've managed to put so many layers on it that it hits you like a ton of bricks. It all of a sudden there's a break. It's literally, and then you just hear when I go, and that is the magic of this song, and that is I think why it feels so impactful and it hits you like in your gut. Is because it's so massive with the production. Because when we play this live, it's still a great song. I really enjoy it. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have released it. But it doesn't have the same impact as it does when you listen to it in headphones. You can hear all of the band, and it's like, yeah.
I'd recommend listening to the whole album in headphones.
when I go, would you carry me? Where you are is where I'll be. When I go, no, I'll be free. So when I go, would you carry me? Don't keep a grave, don't waste the flowers. Don't be sad, make the most of your hours. Keep superstition to yourself and I don't know what it is. No, but I thought that could be the last line. It could go, keep superstition to yourself and let time pass. Dun, 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 dun.
Ain't worth knowing. What's the canvas?
It's Lady.
It's our third cat.
I had to include them
and
all.
It's just her on the table outside, bless her.
Ain't Worth Knowing was inspired by our friend. Our friend got back on the apps and...
the dating apps?
Yeah, obviously. And he was like, not being honest. Not just purposely leaving out the truth. And so we'd be like, oh, have you told her that? And he'd be like, no, I haven't told her that. Not quite telling the truth. And ultimately, like it says in the song, it's like, to get you on side, a little white lie, it worked out at the time.
Yeah.
It's that thing of, yeah, I'll get away with not telling you that or not being honest about that because I want you to see the best version of me.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
What I didn't tell you ain't worth knowing. And that thing of like, don't you worry that pretty old head is like, yeah, just being like, don't worry, hun. But this is the song that you don't like on the album. Well,
don't like
the least.
If you told me to chop, because it's a 12-song album, if you told me to take it down to 10, that would probably be in the 2 that get dropped. Yeah.
What would be the other one?
Maybe When I Go.
No way. I really like When I Go. I really wanted to include this one because I feel like it's underrated in our household. I think it's really fun. I think it has such a nice bounce to it. It feels really country-ish. I really like it.
I like the harmonies.
What I didn't tell you ain't worth knowing. I feel like this is one of those songs where if you gave it to someone else, like a proper country artist, it would do really well.
I think they all would. I think they're all good songs.
Yeah, same. But this one specifically, I think would, if you gave this to someone who's country, they would do it really well.
You said your sign was Libra, so our match would sound perfect. Although I don't like lies, that little white one was worth it.
What I didn't tell you ain't worth knowing.
Don't you worry that pretty old head.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da showing. I'll keep all my secrets under my... No, you need to change the chords. The rest ain't any of your business at all. What I didn't tell you ain't worth knowing. Don't you worry that pretty old head.
Next up, my vices, which I've just seen the canvas, is Dublin Zoo. The elephants playing around in the little water hole that they've got.
So cute.
That is proper cute.
I lean on my vices.
We went to Dublin because I went there for work and you came with me. And
Yep.
we went to Dublin Zoo and it was throwing it down. It was biblical.
It was great because no one else was there.
Take an umbrella. Do you remember there was a
Yeah.
girl selling umbrellas out the front?
That's a great accent. My vices, Nikon, what's it about?
I wasn't sold on your hook.
I remember this.
Aye, aye, aye. You were like, here we go, I have a song. Which is funny enough because I would normally love a hook. And then you were like, I've got a hook idea. Aye, aye, aye. And I was like, no, that's not it.
I think the thing is, I can see why. But it's because it was actually part of the words. Because it was like, to survive. Now, I lean on my vices. So I'm like, just like stuttering.
Just makes me think of the eye, like the animal with the big eyes that lives in like the Bristol nocturnal house.
It makes me think of like a rain chant. So the point of this song, obviously, is you lean on your vices to get through life. The first bit that came was, I smoke as I burn out, I drink as I drown.
This wrote very quickly.
Sell my time to afford to survive. That is what came first.
I remember writing, and we literally sat on the end of the bed and wrote this one. And it happened, I must have said, within like half an hour, 45 minutes. It was like literally...
I lean on my vices, don't know what good advice is.
Keep climbing up, I'll stay on the ground.
Feels like it needs one more word.
You keep climbing up while I stay on the ground.
Yeah, but it feels like it's not.
Oh, as I burn out?
Yeah.
I smoke as I burn out. I drink as I drown. Sell my time to afford to survive.
I
I lean on my vices. I
don't know what good advice is.
keep on climbing.
No.
You keep climbing high while I stay on the ground. I lean on my vices, don't know what good advice is. You keep climbing high while I stay on the ground. I. Maybe the storm is breaking. I. Maybe the storm is breaking.
That wrote literally from first line to the end of the song. It wasn't like you had a chorus first. Like you said, your first line was, oh, I smoke till I drown. And you literally wrote it from the first second of the song straight the way through. And we're like, done.
I have lyrics prepared before I come to you, though. That's why.
Yes.
So we kind of go through stuff and we'll say, nah, not that one today, not that one. And I'll read stuff to you. And so I must have read that to you. And then you've gone, yeah, let's go from there.
Yes, I must say, actually, yeah. Because I don't think we've ever talked about our songwriting.
I come prepared to you with something. I don't turn up and say, let's write well, sometimes we do. But I usually have an idea that we want to build from.
Yeah, you have a notepad or on your phone that you write all your ideas in.
I have my ideas electronically, but when we write a song, I'm very much, I'll write it pen and paper because it just feels better. I can't explain it. I like to see all the ideas out, and I find that it takes away part of the process when you try and do it all electronically.
It works really well though because there's no judgment. Like literally,
Yeah, we can be shit.
We can be very we can be very cutthroat as well. Like you may have like written something in your notepad, and like we'll be sat there with a guitar, and you'll say, oh, like this. Here's a lyric idea, and I'll just be like, no. And there's no resentment. There's no. It's just like cool. Next idea.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
afraid to let go of something. Which was it Alan Menken who
Alan
said
Menken,
that? Alan
yeah.
Menken is very much just let go. Like
Tea's a bit earlier than expected.
Thank
yeah,
you.
Cool.
Sure.
Perfect.
Give us a 2, 3, 4 while you're here. No, he's deaf. Yeah, so Alan Menken said, don't be afraid to move on, let it go. Like, you don't, because some people talk, don't they, about how like, oh, I had that idea for ages and I tried. We don't work like that. If it's not working, we move on.
Yeah.
We're very much like, that's not it. We have quite a few songs still in the voice notes now that we should really go back to because they're good ideas, but we prefer just fresh, new, next. But like you say, we have the ability to be cutthroat with each other and just say, nope, that's not hitting.
And that's why I always would worry about songwriting with someone else.
Yeah.
Because like you have to have that respect there. Because like otherwise, like I would feel really bad otherwise if someone came to a songwriting session and showed me something and I was just like, no, that's not it.
But the other thing
or that doesn't hook, rewrite it. I wouldn't want to crush someone, but that's just purely because it's like that's not what I want. But you know what you want, so it really works because it's two people who really know what they want.
But it helps you decide what you do actually want. Like Vices with the I idea, I was like, no, this is gonna work and we're gonna do it. Because you said no, but it makes me realise what I really want to do.
It makes you fight for it, because if you do actually think it's a good idea, then you should fight for it. Yeah. Because I would fight for my... If I thought I had a good idea and someone said, no, that's rubbish, if I really thought it was good, I'd be like, no, this is why it's good. 2 more songs.
Yeah.
I Found a Penny, which is you stood by... Was it Big Lou, the manatee in Epcot? We went on holiday to Florida.
I love
Disney.
manatees. I Found a Penny was meant to be a stomp and holler vibey song. So there's a song called Hold Me by the Teskey Brothers. And
I love that song.
That's literally the inspiration for the song. The vibe of being like, boom, clap, boom, clap. I found a penny and I picked it up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's so funny because obviously when you arrive and I say, I've got this great idea for a song, it goes, I found a penny and I picked it up. Thank you.
Those lyrics,
my work here is done.
Those lyrics took some convincing to get over the line. Yeah.
But it's more how you do it, and
I just didn't believe in it when you first said, "I've got this lyrical idea. I found a penny and I picked it up." And I remember just being like, "No, that's not going into a song." No.
Yeah,
but it worked really well because you started singing it with the vibe, without any guitar and any instrumentation. You like stomping and clapping, and you were like, "This is what I want it to be."
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
See that they're empty. It's just the way it's been since you went and left me. Fuck, I fucked up the melody. I found a penny and I picked it up. Threw it in the well and wished for good luck. Turns out you can hold out for hope a little too much.
I think keep it really singing like that.
So it goes, I don't need your sympathy. It's just fine if I can get you off my mind. I found a penny and I picked it.
It's hard because, don't get me wrong, I don't think I've written like a lyric there that is extremely groundbreaking. No, but I mean for the whole song, really, there's nothing groundbreaking in it, I'm aware, but it's still a really catchy, fun song.
It's fun.
For me, it's that thing of feeling down and out on your luck, you know, just feeling like everything just gets worse. Like, you know, this person has obviously broken up with someone, like, or like someone's left their life or someone's died or whatever. And they are like, it's just the way it's been since you went and left me. So it's like everything's getting worse at that point.
Yeah, I've been down on my luck
but
since you left.
It's that thing of, I'm still picking up a penny and wishing for good luck. I'm still going, there's still hope. And that's the whole vibe. We love writing happy, sad songs, so there's something hopeful in it always. So yes, this person is like down and out, but they're also still hopeful.
Last song is After We Say Goodbye, Bless, and the canvas is me old nan, John and Mary, who are my grandparents, who's, you know, he's, bless him, he's well into his 90s and is still dancing around. Mary, who we lost recently, bless her soul, because she is ancient, she was. And it was inspired. We went to Sam and Sophie's wedding. Sam is my best mate since we went to play school together since we were 3 years old. And Sophie's dad did a speech and it was brilliant. And he talked about Sophie being his little girl and having to kind of watch her go off and marry Sam. And you can tell Ryan loves his daughter Sophie and they have a really good bond together.
Yeah.
They proper love each other. And watching him talking about having to let her go and have a life with Sam now and move out and have a house and they're about to have their life together. That for me was actually a really strong thread of just like writing this.
We were talking about, we were getting deep, and we were talking about the fact that you go from like one of the happiest days ever, which is like attending a wedding, friends being all around and like love being everywhere, love is in the air and all that. And then we were thinking about the fact that like how much changes because, you know, a couple of years before we were at my Uncle Gary's funeral and we were all like having such a bad time in life, and you have times like that and life is so up and down. It was kind of, comparing the two and being like, while you're having the best day, someone else is having a worse day. Like, we were going along in the car before, and we drove past a funeral, and we were talking about like having a bad day or whatever, and we were like, yeah, but we're not having that bad of a day. Let's have some perspective. And I feel like we're really good at doing that. Like, when one of us is feeling, you know, bad about something, stressed out something, we're really good at pulling the other one back and saying, actually, it's not as bad as it could be, and we're fine. And so I feel like that was a big inspiration, especially for the like first bit of the song.
As I drive past a hearse, I'm thankful that day's not mine. Leaving grief far enough behind. I walk past the wedding, see the joy on their faces. I realize what a great world this place is. What a great world. Maybe go up. Maybe go up.
I was going to be like, what a great world this place is. And we go to the chorus then.
Billions of people.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I realize what a great world this place is. What a great world this place is.
And again. Today was the best day of somebody's life.
Yeah, that's it.
Somebody's life. Someone became a husband. Someone became a wife. Because I love your lyrics there. You feel like it's someone who's just walking along the street and has walked by it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, trying hard not to cry as he held her sweet hand and said his goodbye. Do you know, because it could be both. It can be the wedding or the funeral.
Right, but I don't like the sweet. And also, are we saying I've seen a man, or do you want it to be I saw? Or
I've seen. Oh dear, do whatever words you think are better.
I've seen a man. That's better.
Trying hard not to cry.
Leaving grief far enough behind. You know, it's leaving the bad stuff behind, moving on, seeing the good, and yeah, just the contrast of things that you can experience just from day to day is crazy.
It was the last song we wrote. I'm just going to do the last bit as well.
Yeah, this wasn't even going to be on the album either.
No, it wasn't. Oh, there's a moment. Again, what I love with the songwriting is making something more interesting than it is. So the chord progression is very easy. It's literally G, E, D. So it's like, but instead of just going D, because that's all it is.
Yeah.
And we were just like, can we make it go jung, 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 jung? Like, you know, and that, again, just like a hook in everything. Don't waste a chance to throw in a hook. And so we threw in the, and then did the, and it just like the banging on the guitar just felt like you were in a room just smashing. You know when you just want to smash a chord on a guitar every now and again? Or if you're like, say if you just like said, like playing to a room of people and you just want to be like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it really captured that, because in the recording, obviously in an empty room, you can just go to town.
It adds more passion and soul to the song to be able to, like when we're playing this one live, I think it's really nice to go doom, down, 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 down. But then it brings it right into the drive past. It makes people listen, and then you lean right in for the sort of like almost whispered verses. And then the no joy, no pain, never lasts forever has a bum, 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 bum. So you can feel it coming. You can feel it, and then you're like, today was the best day. And it's almost gospel on the recording. And I think that's what gives it the really nice, it feels like the end of an album, because it feels bigger. I can't explain it, because it feels kind of gospel-y, because it feels like a choir. It gives it that thing of, you are thinking about like churches, weddings, deaths, like it's bigger than you. And so it has that quality of like, ooh. Does that make sense?
I think that's it. That's our album.
So we did an album launch gig at the Old King's Head in Wirral, which is our local pub, and we love it there. And we did our own t-shirts where we literally dyed them ourselves. We did the writing on the front is all like fabric painted letters that I'd done. Then we ironed them and we washed them and got it all ready. Thank you to anyone who came to the Old King's Head gig, because it was so nice to see so many people come out and support us and sing along with us as well. It's just really good, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And we sold out of t-shirts. We also did coasters. We got recycled coasters of the front cover of our album, because
people were sticking them in their handbags and stuff.
Stealing them, taking them. Yeah, well, they were free to take. But it was one of those where we were like, should we do you know, CDs, vinyl, but like we don't realistically, guys, we don't got the funds for that. So
And also physical media in 2025.
I love
to be
physical media.
Vinyl's back very much, but it's back for the big players. It's not back for the small players.
it's not back from me.
No,
In terms
because
of
vinyl's
finance.
very expensive to get pressed.
I love vinyl.
The big
I
guys,
really do.
Sabrina and Taylor Swift, and I love them. Oh my god, I love them.
They have 85 different.
But they can release vinyl, and like I say, they can release different
Variations,
versions of
yeah.
vinyl. Yeah, completely. Like the new Sabrina Carpenter album with the gold thing.
What's
the gold
hilarious
colour, I love.
is we were like, oh, we're gonna have the album of the year, and then Sabrina Carpenter releases a new album this year.
Literally a couple of weeks after ours. Yeah, I love it.
Cry. So you can listen to, stream, download all of that. The album now, it's called Such a Classic. It's by us.
All done by us.
All done by us. And yeah, we
Wait, what's
appreciate you.
next? Like, last bit, last thing. What's next?
Who knows?
EP, isn't it?
Who knows?
We're taking a break though.
I'm not committing to anything. You got 12 tracks you can binge listen to now,
Another
over
album.
and over again.
Are you doing
So,
another album?
No, I'm not doing another album anytime soon, so you better
No.
appreciate this one. Thank you and goodbye.